My daughter-in-law slipped crushed pills into my wine, and I watched her do it. She smiled at me like she loved me, but she didn't know I had already discovered her plan to kill me. Then I did something she never expected. I switched our wine glasses, and within minutes, she was the one who started collapsing. But that wasn't even the biggest shock. Story 015 to 120. My name is Robert Hayes. I'm a retired NASA engineer, a widower, and a grandfather. After my wife Margaret died, my daughter-in-law Victoria suddenly became very close to me. She would say, "Dad, family takes care of family." And I believed her. I helped her family with school expenses, medical bills, groceries. Over 18 months, I gave Victoria and my son more than $127,000. Then I discovered something disturbing. Victoria wasn't using the money for emergencies. She was buying luxury clothes, expensive dinners, vacations, and even a BMW. So I started investigating. That's when I found copies of my bank statements, my will, and a handwritten note. It said, "After Thanksgiving, make it look natural." My blood ran cold. Suspense, 120, 200. I secretly investigated further, and I discovered Victoria had been talking to a man named Vincent. Then I heard a recording that changed everything. They were discussing my death. Their plan was simple: put crushed pills into my wine at Thanksgiving, wait for me to collapse, then make my death look like a heart attack. And there was one more detail. They planned to take my money and send my 6-year-old granddaughter Emma away. That's when I knew I couldn't simply run. I had to stop them. The trap, 2:50. Thanksgiving arrived. Everyone was sitting around the dinner table. Victoria raised her glass and smiled. "To family." I smiled back. "To family." But I knew exactly what was inside my glass. White powder. Poison. Victoria watched me carefully, waiting for me to drink. So I raised the glass. And then, in one quick movement, I switched our glasses. She didn't notice. A few minutes later, Victoria began drinking. Then she started slurring her words. She grabbed the table. I don't feel right." I looked directly at her. "Neither will the police." Her face went pale. Big reveal, 250, 335. Suddenly, Emma looked at her mother and said, "Mommy, why did you put white powder in Grandpa's drink?" The entire table went silent. Victoria froze. Then Emma continued, "You said Grandpa would go to sleep forever, so we could get a big house." Victoria's glass fell from her hand. Crash! She looked at me. "You switched them." I nodded. "Yes." Then I pulled out my phone and played the recording of Victoria discussing my murder. Her own voice filled the room. There was nowhere left to hide. Ending, 3:35, 4:10. Within minutes, the police arrived. Victoria was arrested. Her accomplice was arrested too. The investigation eventually uncovered other elderly victims, but for me, the biggest victory wasn't the money. It was Emma. She was safe. And my son finally learned the truth about the woman he'd married. Months later, Emma asked me, "Grandpa, are you happy now?" I smiled. "Yes, sweetheart." Because I learned something that day. The best revenge isn't destroying the people who hurt you. It's protecting the people you love and building a better life without them. And sometimes, the person who thinks they're setting the trap is actually the one walking straight into it.